YGO Omega, or like some of these other I think called other non-official, I guess, non-Konami, games where you have access to every card. I would recommend you download that and you play around with the deck there. If there's bot, YGO Omega has bots, you can play against a bot there, and or against fellow players. Do that before you craft decks, especially in here. I don't recommend this for Duel Links. Duel Links is it is almost alien in terms of comparing it to every other Yu-Gi-Oh game. It's its own separate thing. But for the rest of these, where these kind of like they're like, I guess, more related, I would definitely go there. But yeah, this version of the deck, I was running this first. I don't hate it. I also I'll go into more about while Eldritch is here. Eldritch is another deck, a card, an engine that I'm throwing into like a lot of stuff because I wanted to use it. It's pretty fun. Sky Striker, I pre-built it. I have a few cards. I haven't decided to go all in yet. Yeah, I don't know. At first, I was like, I hate this deck because I don't. Running a deck with like 2 monsters in it and that kind of stuff, it just doesn't appeal to me. But playing against it as often Asians coming out as often as I did, Jesus. I got an appreciation for it. Like, it's annoying when they pop off, and their weaknesses are very there. They're very out there, but it's not a weak deck at all. They're pretty good, and hands of the right pilot or whatever, you can do some amazing things with them. So they were in consideration. It was Sky Strikers and like it was between Sky Strikers, finishing Zombie Eldritch, or these guys here, and the twins. I was like, I have a bunch of materials. I've been a good boy. I've been saving it. I'm losing my mind. I gotta spend it. So I eventually settled on the twins. Cause they were gonna be the they were supposed to be the cheapest investment to finish. Voice went out there and get done, and they turned out taking all of my resources, which was man, I don't know who I cursed in the past life, but that's not a problem. Adamanticators, I know, again, oh my god, you play meta stuff. Like, no, man, me playing the twins should be enough proof that I don't just play meta stuff. This is pretty fun. I haven't run it in a while. I think once DP I think the last time I ran this deck was before DP came out. I threw the engine, like, I've edited, I threw the engine in here, I just literally haven't touched it since then. It's a fun deck. Another combo deck. You get stopped. The choke points here, all the synchro decks, is the problem, of course, the choke points. And when you get 2 monsters on the field and one's a tuner, it's a wide open beacon, a flashing light for someone to come slap you in the back of the head and mess with you. But Adamanticators is very fun deck. Definitely, I'll probably second or third video probably an Adamanticator video. I'll hear my guys here now. These boys here, I love Prank Kids. Prank Kids. When I first started the game, Prank Kids was the first deck I made. It was DDD because I love DDD, and Prank Kids. And yeah, I'm gonna effuse just warm feelings about Prank Kids. I love this deck. It's so much fun, in my opinion. I notice a lot of people don't like to play the plan, the trap here. I like it. Again, I'll go into more detail when I do their solo video. There's a lot of stuff that's in limbo. The Adventure Engine is going to make Prank. A lot of people are speculating that Prank Kids is going to become tier 1 in Master Duel because of the engine, the Adventure Engine. I hope so. I love playing against this deck as much as I love playing it, it sounds nuts, but I love people who play Prank Kids. I had this weird thing where I literally was just like saving those duels, even if they were like trash and I got my head kicked in. I didn't care. it's such a fun deck, and I'm a little disappointed that there's no support in the future besides the Adventure Engine. Like, there's nothing else is coming out for these boys. And yeah, it's super fun. I want to go into more detail with some of this stuff, but I gotta save that. I got a random email. I'm good on that. So yeah, we'll just we'll kowtow out of there. Laryless Tri-Brigade. I ran this deck a lot. You notice I scrapped all the pretty much in deck URs. I got to the point is like at Emancipator where I just wasn't running this deck at all. And all of a sudden I was getting some really terrible hands. So it was like let me let it rock. And then with all the crafting and all the deck building I did, I needed URs, so I'm like, alright. I left the SRs alone, I got rid of the URs, and I said, you know what, in my head, I was like, if I ever want to come back to it, it's just 120? What, 30, 60? Yeah, 4 URs to recraft. I know some people play double Ensemble or one of these two, but I've never had a need. Like I said, I don't I do not craft cards just because it's on a deck list or somewhere they have double this, double that. Like when it comes to 10 Ye SwoSol, real quick, I've never had a single duel where a second Shishao or Xiao Feng at all would have helped me win. Never, ever. Like if I didn't pull this dang long, I wouldn't have crafted him either. I probably would have made I may have went for a double Chi Shower or something else like that, but again, I never it's literally never come up. And that's something I'll definitely pass on as we get to this point here. To anyone out there who was aspiring to build decks and stuff like that, I just really, please do a little research into what you're gonna build. Test it out on a game where you don't have to spend your resources to build it, and just see how often do the more expensive the SR and the URs, how often do those cards come up in a duel for you. Or you can do some research online, like watch some other videos, some deck builders out there. How often do those cards come up when they're running them? And if the answer is some minute small number, or well, the niche, oh man, wow, good thing I had this here, I won this one duel. In my opinion, then it's not worth having. In my opinion, it is only worth crafting. This will be 3 Zombie World. I'll add that later. It's only worth doing it if this is something that's going to happen a lot. I mean, it's only worth doing if it's a staple. Like for this deck, triple Zombie World makes sense. You have multiple ways of getting it out. Triple Necro Banshee. When I ran Drytron, what the hell was her name? Eva and Herald. Not the Herald. The Diviner. Diviner was a card where 3 of her made a huge difference. 3 of usually means 3 of, from my opinion and what I've seen, usually it means this is a card that I want to start out with 9 duels out of 10 or 10 out of 10. So you having a Zombie World already or a Necro or Banshee, stuff like that is crucial. So this is a deck, like I said, I wanted to build it. It's a little expensive, but the good part about it is that outside of Eldritch, all the URs are in the same box. Unizombie, Zombie World, and Balderach. They're all in Balderach. Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch here, and these guys are all in the same box. I did like 2K, and all I pulled with the UR I pulled with this guy like twice. I lost my mind. Again, the shaft is real. This will get built. I mean, there's a potential for me to build it now. I'm really just trying to wait to see where we get a little more information about this adventure stuff and this new pack. But this is a deck you'll be seeing on the channel sooner rather than later, definitely. Heroes, of course. heroes are